Hello guys, it's Angel, and this is my quality tutorial, and I'm going to be telling you every single thing you need to know to improve your quality and also your FPS in your videos. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Number one thing you want to do is create a new project, new composition. I would recommend, if you're doing anime edits, I recommend 1920 by 1080p by 23976. The reason where we're gonna upscale the frame rate, so you don't need to worry about that. Everything should be fine how it is. I'm just gonna turn my duration a little bit down because it doesn't need to be that high. Okay, so what you want to do is put in your clip, and this is a clip I'm gonna be using. Okay, I'm gonna be showing you the effects I'm gonna be putting. So I'm just going to take everything off and just slowly put it on. So this is a sharpen, just a normal sharpen from AE, so 35. Then this would be unsharp, so add unsharp, 64, amount, radius 13, threshold can be 0, it's fine. Saturation, you should play around with this. It could be lower or higher depending on your CC you're going to use, so it depends on all about that. So a good spot would be, I'd say 20, but if you want more bright, I'd say more than that, but 20 is like a good middle ground. This also depends as well, exposure, because if your scene is very bright, you don't want this, but if it's very dark, this would help. Curves, make sure your curves are like this. This will a little bit darken them, have a little bit more contrast, the little bit more light. If your thing's too bright, you don't need this, it's fine. And this to finalize everything. And if you want to take it a step further, you could render this out now. So I'm just gonna render this clip. And when you render this, I highly recommend rendering in Media Encoder, because Media Encoder does it better. Reason being is it's gonna, instead of rendering from After Effects and you having 2 GB of a video file, you much rather compress it down to like maybe 100 megabytes maybe. But I'm just gonna put that on my desktop, name this test, and we're gonna queue this into AME. So what you want to do is click here. Okay, so everything should be fine. So use maximum render quality, render at maximum depth, scroll down. You want to put this on max, and as you put on max, you can click OK and render. Alright, great. You can close out of this, you don't need this anymore. And we are not done yet. So you want to open up Topaz. I'll leave a link to this in the description. I promise you this is a virus safe. You don't need to be worrying about a virus if you're worried about that. I check all my programs. So what you want to do, put this video in here. And so okay, so to start off this 1920 by 1080p, you can updo to 4K, but I don't really care about doing that because most platforms won't even recognize as 4K. Like TikTok doesn't recognize 4K yet, so there's no point doing it for that. But YouTube will. If you want to upload to YouTube, then I suggest doing it. But I'm just gonna keep 1080p. You can, if your PC is strong enough, I'd say you can go and change this to 120 or 60. But for right now, we have another application that will do that, and like it won't take too much of your time, and it does it I would say a little bit more better. But so you want to move over and go over to enhancements. So I'm gonna turn that on. And what you want to do, turn the this should be fine. This is how it is. Make sure this is manual, and the settings, the first one should be 70. The next one after that should be 90. One after that should be 50, but you can play around with it because we already had sharpen already. Noise, we want to increase that. That should be fine how it is. That's fine there. And we can put this all the way to negative 100. And this should be fine how it is. In code 2, you want to make sure it's this one, H264 high, and make sure your MP4 bitrate should be fine how it is auto, because we already uploaded in a very high bitrate. And yeah, we can just export this right. Can I export it right now? So the video finally rendered after 2 minutes. For 3 minutes, it's kind of a lot for my computer, but yep, you can close out of that. So yeah, you can close out this. So now this is our second thing. Now FlowFrames is an open source. You can get this for free, and so also you don't have to worry about viruses or whatever. So you want to go here, and you want to open up, browse your videos, select the video that came out of Topaz, let it load up. I would say personally, okay, through my experience, I would personally say go up to 60. 60 should be fine. If I can get to 60, like around here, after that, if you're doing 2.3, which should be great. But if you want to, you can do up to 120. It's just gonna be maybe a little bit more glitchy. You're gonna see a little bit more problems, but 16 should be like a safe thing, because it's not too much AI interpolating. So I mean, if 60 looks fine, you can move up to 120. Maybe I'll try it out and see if it looks fine, but since this does run a little bit more easier on your computer, so we'll just see. All right, it's finished. So I'll put it up right now. So I'm gonna be putting up the 2 clips, the raw one and the one I did. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video.